Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to this very special broadcast coming to you from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston, Texas. It's always a privilege to come to you with information, education on the Amazonian struggle for independence actualization. Of course, I am yours, Chris Anu, the anchor man. Please, as usual, I'd like you to do me the favor of hitting your share button. If you are watching by way of Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and hit your share button. This promises to be a very, very educative, entertaining, and of course, inspiring show today. So please, I'd like you to go ahead and hit your share button. We've got so much to talk about today, so much to talk about today. It's been a while that I was here and so much has gone under the table. I like to resurrect some of them and bring it back to you and bring you some illumination as to what all that means. I am talking about issues like what Atanga Nji is saying out there, that even the devil will not accept Atanga Nji boys in hell. That's exactly what he meant if you didn't understand that. Of course, also we will be taking you to Yaoundé, where the city, but not just the city, La République du Cameroon as a whole, is imploding. La République du Cameroon is imploding, and we will be taking you to observe what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, in Yaoundé. So please do me the favor, go ahead, hit your share button. Go ahead, hit your share button. The moment we hit over 100 people, I will come to you with this broadcast proper. Please do me the favor, hit your share button. Of course, I will be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, all right. Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning in tonight to be part of this broadcast. I'd like to welcome all of you who are tuning in from where we call Ground Zero. Ground Zero, that is the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Also, I'd like to thank all of you tuning in from all over the globe, from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south of the globe, but particularly here in the United States of America. Thank you for tuning in. Please do me the favor once more. Hit that share button if you are joining by way of Facebook. Hit your share button. And of course, YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, we are broadcasting simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, satellite television, and we ought to be on Roku. We are not on Roku right now, but you can always catch us up, catch ABS up on Roku television. We are broadcasting on all these platforms, and we broadcast also on Twitter. We are also on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. So you can catch us always on these platforms. Again, I've come to you today with some very, very exciting information. We're going to be talking about the implosion in La République du Cameroon. The country is falling, crumbling into pieces. The economy is crumbling into pieces. Paul Biya is making military appointments. We don't know what he is afraid of, but of course, every dictator in Africa today is afraid of a coup d'etat after witnessing what recently took place in the Sahel. That is Niger, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Gabon, and you can name the rest, Central African Republic. We're going to be talking about this. We also will be looking at the Christmas and New Year that is coming up. We have received so many calls, so many messages from Ground Zero, some saying to us, Comrade Chris, please let ghost towns stay on Christmas Day and New Year's. We have also received so many other calls, please saying to us, please, just lift ghost towns for Christmas and for New Year. I will bring you the position of your interim government in this broadcast as far as Christmas and New Year's ghost towns are concerned. Also, I will be talking about the enemy within. The enemy within. And when I use the word within, I am referring to Ambazonia, the people of Ambazonia, the independence movement of Ambazonia, precisely the enemy within. This struggle will not fail. It can only be delayed, but it will be delayed because of the enemies within. And I bring you a message today that will stir you up to know exactly how you go about handling the enemies within. You know how to handle the enemies within. Please do me the favor again. I like to see the numbers jumping. I like to see the numbers jumping. Please go ahead, hit your share button. The moment I see 100, I will start this. I will start bringing you these subjects. Of course, my monologue is coming up. I believe very powerful, very inspiring. Talking about again the enemies within us. Please do me the favor, hit your share button. And we have also learned, as I was coming up live to you, of an event in Mbengwe. Mekuda was about holding a convention, a big convention. Now, take note, La République du Cameroon is using this occasion of the New Year and Christmas to get all these chiefs and cultural development organizations to go back to their communities to put up these big festive cultural and development parties. We have learned that in Mekuda, that is precisely, I think Mekuda precisely is in Mbengwe. The restoration fighters went there, and I'd like to show you their action in Mbengwe, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to show you the action of the restoration fighters in Mbengwe.
Don't not do say Muskoda so. No one here. No one to see. Now CBD and people. And any people that get out, come to help them. Not hear me. Not here. Not make us say catch. People come for army now. Not to catch me. Eh? We tell now. That thing say Muskoda so. He will hear, not spread the news. He will hear na hear. For year. We will confirm him. Not here now. Oui. No one here. Say that is the Mikuda. No one here. If he said all over home with empty hands. When I say we can say we that people now. Amber, therefore here. And we cooperate. Why no dog, no go back. Not here we. Not here. Don't not do say Muskoda so. No one here. No one to see. Now CBD and people. And any people that get out, come to help them. Not hear me. Not here. Not make us say catch. People come for army now. Not to catch me. Eh? We tell now. That thing say Muskoda so. He will hear, not spread the news. He will hear na hear. For year. We will confirm him. Not here now. Oui. No one here. Say that is the Mikuda. No one here. If he said all over home with empty hands. When I say we can say we that people now. Amber, therefore here. And we cooperate. Why no dog, no go back. Not here we. Not here. Don't not do say Muskoda so. No one here. No one to see. Now CBD and people. And any people that get out, come to help them. Not hear me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that is coming to you from Momose. With no one here, with no one here. Those Ambazonia restoration fighters warning the so-called elite of Momo in particular and
that is the Mikuda.
Momo in general and Meta in particular, because I think Mekuda stands for Meta Cultural and Development Association. You have the restoration fighters there warning them to stay away. Stay away from the public domain with the so-called Mekuda Cultural and Development Association descending upon, they were planning to descend upon town to carry out a huge festival, which they have been advertising for all this while to take place in the community. But the restoration fighters, as you can see there, they showed up and they are telling them, we don't want to find any of you here in the name of Mekuda organizing anything called cultural festivities in the community. I will be joined later, ladies and gentlemen, by Comrade Jackson Umega, who is coming from that vicinity. He will be throwing some more light on what went on here, exactly when this happened, and what is Mekuda planning for Meta. We will come back to that. But please again do me the favor and go out and continue to hit your share button. Now, and while you do that, I like to bring to you this speech which was presented out there by Atanga Nji. I don't know precisely when. When Atanga Nji made this statement, but it is very obvious this was very, very recent. Very, very recent. And I'd like you to listen very, very carefully, because many people are misinterpreting what Atanga Nji is saying here. They are not getting it right. After you listen to it, I would like you to stay put. I will bring you my interpretation, my paraphrase of what Atanga Nji is saying here. Now, listen to Atanga Nji, please.
And now the strange story is that even Lucifer is rejecting the terrorists. Lucifer's kingdom is a temple of evil. But Lucifer is telling the terrorists from the northwest and the southwest that we asked you to commit atrocities, but you have committed more atrocities than we expected. So you don't even have a space in Lucifer's kingdom. So they have no breathing space. So they should drop the weapons and live a normal life. That is the option given to them by President Paul Biya. And President Paul Biya has kept to that promise. All those who have dropped their weapons and who have gone to the DDR centers are living a better life, because those are vocational training centers where you can learn a trade. Not these fake criminals who call themselves colonels, generals, field marshal. They cannot write or read. I don't know. So I think that this evaluation will permit us to scrupulously look at what is at stake and make a comprehensive report to President Paul Biya, and we will give directives as usual for us to overcome the situation. We just have pockets of resistance, as I can see, but most of the criminals are leaving the region. Some of them are still hiding, but there will be no hiding place for the forces of law and order. There will be no hiding place for the administrative authorities. So the best option is to drop the weapons and go and meet the administrative authorities. I've said it time again and again. If you are afraid of the colonel, if you are afraid of the commissioner, if you are afraid of the SDO or the DO, go and meet the traditional authorities. Go and meet the priest. Go and meet the bishop. Go and meet the pastor and tell him that I want to come out of the bush. Please take me to the general. Please take me to the colonel. Take me to the governor. Take me to the DO. And you can be settled. And I can say it clearly that all those who have dropped their weapons, all legal issues against them were dropped. Because the president, that is an option. Those are instructions from the head of state. And when you drop your weapons, you go to the DDR centers, then everything is over. That is the best bet, that is the best one. There is nothing to expect. Expect more than what the head of state, who has the mandate given by the sovereign people of Cameroon to rule this country, has given as an option. It is the best option, it is the best bet, that is the way forward. They don't have any choice than putting down their weapons and abiding by the rules and regulations of the country, asking for forgiveness and normal citizens. So once again, we have to know what is at stake. But globally, despite all the sporadic attacks, the atrocities committed left and right, we can clearly say that the security situation in the northwest region is totally under control. We have pockets of resistance, and sooner or later, we will handle the pockets of resistance. We cannot tell you openly our strategies, our methods or what we have to do, but sooner or later, we will get to those criminals. So it's better for them to go and drop down their weapons before we get to them. Because I've asked simple questions. Where is Cross and Die? Where is Mad Dog? Where is Ayeke? And all those criminals. They have gone to Lucifer's kingdom. But the truth is that Lucifer will not accept them again. So you cannot even have a hiding place, not on earth, not even in Lucifer's kingdom. The message should be clear.
All right.
And we want also to tell the motorbike riders who are responsible to join us in this fight. The motorbike riders, they should never again be a sector that these criminals can use to commit atrocities. We will, as from January, go into serious identification. And those who are not identified after the giving period will not exercise that profession as motorbike riders. We have spoken, we have had extensive meeting with the syndicates, and the syndicates have told us that they will take their responsibilities and ask all the members of that corporation to be identified. We need your driving license, you need your ID card.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine Paul Atanga Nji? Can you count how many times Paul Atanga uses the word head of state? Head of state. Head of state. According to the head of state, the head of state sent me. According to what the head of state said. How many times have we heard this? And how many times are we going to hear this from Atanga Nji? Now you also heard him say that only a pocket of resistance is left. Only a pocket of resistance is left. He says no mercy is returning to the north and the southwest. Now you will recall they have been singing this song for a very, very long time. But no mercy has eluded them. You will recall Paul Atanga Nji carrying palm fronds in the Ayaba Hotel in Bamenda a few months ago. Probably that was about 6 or 7 months ago, and proclaiming no mercy. Today, they still say that no mercy is not here, but is coming. This is the language that the language of propaganda they use all the time, thinking that they are going to sway anyone to believe in their surrogacy. Of course, Ambazonians will not believe in their surrogacy. But when Paul Atanga Nji says they have done, the Atanga Nji boys have done much more than what they were sent to do, I guess many people do not understand what he is talking about. Atanga Nji is essentially saying the boys, the Atanga Nji boys, whom was sent to go to Mamfe, to go to Bali, to go to Pinyin, to go to Santa, to go to Kumba, to carry out the dastard acts, the murders, the killings that they perpetrated there. They did much more than what they were ordered to do. They did much more than what they were instructed to do. Atanga Nji is also saying that the Republic du Cameroon soldiers whom the government sent to Ambazonia, they are killing much more than the government instructed them to do. That is the message that Paul Atanga Nji is sending out there. Atanga Nji is not speaking of Ambazonia Restoration Forces. Atanga Nji is speaking of his own boys. Of course, we have always known, 6 years ago, after this war started, that Atanga Nji was running a band of bandits, rook fighters in Bamenda, in Kumba, in Mamfe, to kill innocent civilians, hoping that that confusion will bring the war to an end. We always knew that. Of course, that hasn't happened. It will not happen. And so Atanga Nji sits there telling those who might, and I am shocked that people calling themselves journalists sit in front of Atanga Nji, and Atanga Nji lectures them like a bandit. When you see the way Atanga Nji talks, When you see the way he talks, ladies and gentlemen, you look at his face and look at the body language, his eyes. You think that this guy is
Lucifer's kingdom is a temple of evil.
he is not. He is not. Something is wrong. Something is not right with him. No, the way Atanga Nji presents himself, he doesn't. He presents himself as a lawyer, minister to the head of state, the almighty head of state, of course. But you also observe something in Paul Atanga Nji. Paul Atanga Nji presents himself as somebody. He comes across as trying to make believe. He is the most loyal minister to the head of state. But you can also see that he is just struggling to say the things that he says. He fights to present a semblance of not the real, but a semblance of what he said, just trying to pass across the idea that he is a loyal minister to the head of state. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Ambazonians, we have seen this drama before from Paul Atanga Nji, from all the elite in La République du Cameroon. We have seen this drama from people like the other Paul Tasson. We have seen it from Dion Ngute. We have seen it from the Gerard and Gerard Gala or something like that. All those proxies of La République government, the Paul Tasson, the Paul Atangas, all the Paul Elong, yeah, the other one is Paul Elong, all the Pauls. We've seen all of these from them. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to take these to the bank. They will say this again and again and again. Just watch this video. Mark this video. In the next 5 months, Paul Atanga Nji will come out again and tell you, no mercy is coming. No mercy is coming. No mercy is coming. It's war propaganda. Did they believe that 8 years or 7 years and counting to the 8th year that Ambazonia will still be carrying guns and defending their lives and defending their rights and their territory? Of course not. But I can assure them, if it means another 20 years, if it means another 30 years, Ambazonia will fight until we have regained our independence and our land and territory. Nothing will stop us. They will sing no mercy for as long as they want, and they can fight as much as they want. We are fighting. I said before, ladies and gentlemen, time is on our side. We have the luxury of time that La République du Cameroon doesn't have. They are struggling to pay their civil service. Now they are running out of fuel in their territory, and they want us to believe that, oh, it is going to be over. It is getting over soon. It is not getting over soon. It is not getting over soon. It will not be over till it is over. Ground Zero is very, very resilient and very resolved. Make sure that we end up with nothing but victory for a free and independent Ambazonia. That is what is coming up. But let me show you some other stuff here that I'd like you to take note of. When I say to you that when I say to you that we have the luxury of time in this struggle, something that La République du Cameroon doesn't have, I really mean it. I really mean it. We have the luxury of time, ladies and gentlemen, because we are not running out of steam. The steam is still both on Ground Zero and in the diaspora, in spite of the naysayers, in spite of the detractors, in spite of the enemies within, in spite of the surrogates among us. We have all the time. We have determination, resilience, resolve, both from the ground and in the diaspora. We will keep on looking for funds as for as long as we want to make sure that victory is ours. Cameroon doesn't have the victory, the luxury of the time that we have, because they have bills to pay. They have bills to pay, and every money they have deployed into this struggle has been borrowed money to the effect that right now they cannot pay civil servants. They don't have electricity in the cities. They don't have water. They don't have gas, petrol. We see the town is dry of petrol. I'd like you to take a look at this image that is emerging from Yaoundé. Take a look at that.
Yeah, Kupe Manunguba, the tank crier reporting live. This is the what called Voirie Municipal. Yeah, it is saturated. Everybody. This is the what called Voirie Municipal. Yeah, it is saturated. Everybody's looking for a drop, just a drop of fuel, a drop of fuel to enable their cars move from here and there. As you can see, the town is saturated. The station is packed full of people. There's no possibility of getting through here. It is an impasse. This is the situation live now in Yaoundé. It is very complicated. Yeah, like I was on foot in the morning. So will I be on foot now to go back home? In fact, it is an impasse. As you can see, the situation is too bad. It is complicated. This is Cameroon. This is our country. Unfortunately, this is the situation. Yeah, reporting live. This is the town crier of Kupe Manunguba. Saturated. The station is packed full of people. There's no possibility of getting through here. It is an impasse. This is the situation live now in Yaoundé. It is very complicated. Yeah, like I was on foot in the morning. So will I be on foot now to go back home? In fact, it is an impasse. As you can see, the situation is too bad. It is complicated. This is Cameroon. This is our country. Unfortunately, this is the situation. Yeah, reporting live. This is the town crier for Kupe Manunguba. I want to tell the people, if your car is empty, don't waste your time to move out now because it is an impasse. The petrol stations are empty. There's no fuel. There's nothing to put in your car, so your cars will not move. This is the situation now. Wow. As you can see, it is complicated. The roads are blocked. Everybody's looking for the precious liquid. In fact, it is just so wonderful. Wow, it is horrible. It is not wonderful. It is horrible. It is not horrible. It is terrible. Saturated. The station is packed full of people. There's no possibility of getting through here. It is an impasse. This is the situation live now in Yaoundé. It is very complicated. Yeah, like I was on foot in the morning. So will I be on foot now to go back home? In fact, it is an impasse. As you can see, the situation is too bad. It is complicated. This is Cameroon. This is our country. Unfortunately, this is the situation. Yeah, reporting live. This is the town crier for Kupe Manunguba. I want to tell the people, if your car is empty, don't waste your time to move out now because it is an impasse. The petrol stations are empty. There's no fuel. There's nothing to put in your car, so your cars will not move. This is the situation now. Wow. As you can see, it is complicated. The roads are blocked. Everybody's looking for the precious liquid. In fact, it is just so wonderful. Wow, it is horrible. It is not wonderful. It is horrible. It is not horrible. It is terrible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, that is the situation. That is the situation as you watch happening in La République du Cameroon. Things are not changing anytime soon. Now, when I say that, we have enough time in our hands. It is because when you see situations like this one, you think of a few years ago when Cameroon thought they were going to rush over this war. Before they get here, the war would have been over. But now they are surrounded with so many situations they have to resolve. You have the economic crunch as we find here. You have a transition coming in that country and they are trying to do everything. If they wish for anything to happen in that country, it is that the war in Ambazonia is over before their transition takes place in Yaoundé, before their next year elections. That is why today they are doing everything to make sure the Ambazonian war is over, life returns to normal. They carry out their elections in Yaoundé because they are afraid of what happens in that country after that election. Now, you have realized that Frank Biya is a candidate. They are pushing forward to replace the father come 2024. We believe they are going to conduct early elections next year, 2024. Even their opposition is preparing. We see Kamto preparing. We see the SDF preparing for an early election that has not been announced yet. We see Frank Biya has started campaigning already with posters all over the place. But if there is one thing, the colonial authorities in Yaoundé wish to see happen, it is to see the Ambazonian war over. It is to see the Ambazonian war over. Let me assure them, the only time this war will be over is when a free and independent Ambazonia is declared. The only time we can declare a ceasefire is when we have sat on the round table to discuss the fate, the future of a free and independent Ambazonia. Let me assure La République du Cameroon that we are not going to cut and run. We have all the time at our disposal to prosecute this war to the logical end being Ambazonia. So, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you out there on ground zero, in the diaspora, nobody should be worried. We see so many detractors out there, so many blacklegs, surrogates, both within us and externally, trying to let you know we'll lose the war, we'll lose the war, we'll lose the conflict. We will not lose it. All that it will take us to win and to prevail is perseverance, endurance, and support. And support. Every one of us at every corner doing his or her best to make sure that we get to Boya with a free and independent country of our own. So we have all the time. When you see things like this, Cameroon needs money. There is no way they are going to deploy all the funds they have on this war. If they do, many things, as you find on your screen, will continue to happen in that country. And you know what? Before you know it, everybody there will be on the streets protesting. And they will have to fight the war, maybe from 2, 3, or 4 fronts. That is what lies ahead there. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a brief break out. And when I come back, I will bring you my announcement for a decision for the lockdown, that we have taken towards Christmas and the New Year. Again, many people said to us, they want us to say something. They want to hear from the interim government about what they have decided for Ghost Town towards Christmas and the New Year. When we come back, when I come back, I will bring you that position. Please stay tuned and do not touch your remote. Please keep on hitting your share button, rather.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach
all right. Thanks for staying put in there, ladies and gentlemen. Again, at this moment, I bring you a special announcement concerning our decision here at the interim government about Mondays and Mondays lockdowns for Christmas and the New Year. Christmas and the New Year, and this is in response to all the calls and messages we have received from Ground Zero. The interim government of Ambazonia, having considered the diverse perspectives and voices within our community, the Ambazonian community on Ground Zero, has decided the observance of the upcoming Christmas and New Year holidays, in light of ensuring the safety and well-being of our people amidst ongoing challenges. It has been decided that the enforcement of ghost towns will continue on Monday, December the 25th, being Christmas Day, and January 1st, New Year's Day. We urge all Ambazonians to complete their necessary shopping and travel preparations by Sunday, the 24th of December. This proactive measure is intended to facilitate a moment of unity and celebration within the safety of our homes, surrounded by our cherished families. For those requiring to travel, we encourage completion of journeys by Sunday, the 24th of December, and Sunday, the 31st, for the New Year festivities. We should not forget, ladies and gentlemen, we should not forget this idea. Cameroon's desire to witness us celebrating does not align with our best interest. What if their army exploits these occasions to target and harm our civilians? They won't care that it's Christmas or New Year. By steadfastly observing these ghost towns, we aim to deny Cameroon the opportunity to exploit these moments of festivity for nefarious purposes. We caution against complacency, as these festivities may be used to track and harm our fighters and community members. Therefore, everyone must exercise caution and vigilance during these times. The gravity of our situation demands a sober and a unified approach to celebrations. As we commemorate these holidays, it is crucial to prioritize safety and togetherness. Let us celebrate Christmas and the New Year within the sanctity of our homes, nurturing the bonds that bind us and nurturing hope for a peaceful resolution to our plight. Our decision to enforce ghost towns on these specific dates is rooted in the profound concern for the safety and security of every Ambazonian on ground zero. We recognize the desire for joy and festivity during these moments. But the current circumstances necessitate a cautious and measured approach. Celebrating with prudence does not diminish our spirit, but rather showcases our resilience and unity in the face of adversity. We implore every member of our community on the ground to adhere to these guidelines and encourage others to do the same. By collectively observing these measures, we fortify our stance against external threats from La République du Cameroon and demonstrate our unwavering commitment to protecting our people. May the essence of these holidays fill our homes with peace, with love and hope as we navigate these challenging times together as one, again, as one resilient community. That is the decision, ladies and gentlemen. I am being joined right now by the Honorable Chris Ajua, the Vice Chair of the Restoration Council. I am also being joined by Dr. Fidelis Atienjo. I would like you to bend your camera a little bit, sir. And Comrade Jackson Omega, please bend your camera too, please. Bend your camera. I need to get a good shot of you. All right. Comrade Ajua, it's a pleasure to have you back here, sir.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chris. Thank you on behalf of Ambazonia.
You look good out there.
Yes, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it.
All right. I will get back to you. Also, again, I have with me Comrade Jackson Omega, who is our security chief here, the intelligence officer here at intelligence director here at the interim government of Ambazonia. Pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you, Comrade Chris. Thank you. Happy to see our Honorable Ajua and Dr. Fidelis today.
All right, and last but not the least, Dr. Fidelis Atienjo, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Services. Pleasure to have you back here, sir.
Oh, thank you, Comrade Chris. It's my pleasure to always be on board to educate Ambazonians and also tell them how whatever effort we are putting in place to see this revolution get to its logical end.
Wonderful. Let me start here with the vice chair of the Restoration Council on this subject of maintaining ghost towns on the occasion of Christmas and the New Year. Again, our position here is this is a critical moment in our history. We have known that the population to Cameroon to disguise their soldiers, the blacklegs, to mingle among our people on occasions like this, to track down not just Ambazonian restoration fighters, but also civilians. We are being very cautious here, telling our people, let us maintain Christmas ghost towns, New Year ghost towns. It is for their own interest, because we do not know what opportunity a lot of people would want to take on this occasion to harm our people. Let me hear from the Honorable Chris Ajua. I want to believe this is a good decision we have taken after listening to so many Ambazonians on the ground.
Yes, thank you very much, Comrade Chris. There definitely will be those who will think that because those particular days fall on Christmas and on the New Year, we should deviate from our policy. our policy has been that Mondays will be, I wouldn't really use the word celebrated. I would say Ambazonians look at Monday as Mondays as particular days of a policy which was put in place, and that policy in a way shows that Ambazonians are in control of their territory. Ambazonia is control of their sovereignty, even though French Cameroon has violated through annexation and other means of simulation of our territory. The ghost towns remain a strong symbol that Ambazonians are using to let La République know that regardless of what they do, we have put certain restrictions on those days, ghost towns as we call them, and our people use it to enforce that particular policy that the land belongs to us. The territory, even though our independence and sovereignty have been violated, the territory and the sovereignty remains ours. And I think it's a good thing that we continue. We cannot say because it falls on a new year and on Christmas, we are going to forego that policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. I think it is the right choice that we have made. Let me turn to Comrade Jackson there. You follow intelligence on the ground on a daily basis and you report to the interim government. And we spoke this morning concerning this decision. I'd like to get your take on this, sir.
Yes, Secretary Chris, that is perfectly as we spoke. You know, the whole thing about advising our people about celebrations is that while it is a good thing for the Christians to go out and everybody and honor this day, but there is something very critical because intelligence has proven that on occasions that people go out to celebrate, be it death celebrations, be it market days, be it national days, the government of La Republic uses these days to create carnage, to kill, to state terror, and to make it look like Ambazonians and the restoration fighters did it. So what, just like the going back to school, what the interim government has always said is that you should take care of your security first, each and every one. You have to take care of your own security first, because if they say, okay, you're going to celebrate on this day, and it happens that this villain, they come in and kill you, it's a life that you already lost. And so many of us are not going to be happy. So they will kill you, make it look like it were the Amber Boys because you went out on a ghost town day. That's why they came and kill you. And the message will be good. And people will believe them. But at the end of the day, you are no longer alive. So that's why I'm telling everybody, based on the intelligence we have, is that if you have to do it within your vicinity at home and take your own security into your own hands first. So do not expose yourself unnecessarily. Do not go into the bars. Do not be jumping around at 2 a.m. at night. You know what this Ewondo boys, you know what the Petit Gang, you know what the Ekan and the Bulu, the guys from the south, you know what these forest people, these people are hunters by nature. They like to shoot. You know what they will do. They will shoot you and you'll be dead. And even if they blame it on anybody, you are not coming back. So that's the advice that we're giving everybody, Secretary Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me get to Dr. Atanga Nji on this very subject. What is your take, sir?
It's muted.
Spoken.
Yes, we can hear you. Go on. We can hear you.
You can hear. Okay. So What I'm trying to say here is that the policies of this interim government are geared towards the safety of Ambazonians. So I really plead with our people back in ground zero to understand that we take their interests very seriously. So implementing this policy of a ghost town, it is very pivotal. And at this level, especially at this stage of our revolution where we are making a lot of gains, I can proudly say here that we are moving forward and the caravan is on its way to Boya. So our people need to pay the last kind of respect that they need to in order to act within the ambits of what will bring us to our the logical end. So having a ghost town during this time, especially on a Monday, and which falls on a Christmas, it was deliberated upon, and it is a very, very good thing for people to be safe on this day, because there's a lot of carnage that has been promised our people from the regime of La Republique. And our people need to be very careful, because many people have been bought over, many people have been paid money to go and create or cause havoc within the communities or different communities in in Ambazonia. So our people have to act with precaution. If you see any new face that has not been in the area, take note of these faces and make sure you monitor them, and don't give room to this BT brutal people to come in your midst in the name of celebrating. They will come pretending that they are all to save to protect you, but they are out for their business. I want to say I'm saying this to say that if you have not witnessed the wickedness of the La Republique military, you can. I have two incidents that occurred in my LGA, Nji LGA. Two women, vulnerable women with no arms, sat, and this Betty military officer went drunk, came, they saw them, and decided to use his gun on them because he had stayed for some time without using his gun. He gunned down these two innocent women. These are women with children. They had babies, and they were taking care of them. And these women were killed in cold blood, and nobody has explained to the people why these people acted in that way. So there are many other incidents that have occurred like that, and I would like to advise our people to stay safe on this day and respect the ghost town. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have no doubt out there, La Republique will do everything to want to use this occasion to track down Ambazonian fighters. I'm very sure you people on the ground are very conscious of this. And we don't want you to fall a victim, because I don't believe only a stupid restoration fighter will be out on Christmas or New Year Day in the market square dancing or celebrating and drinking. They will not go there. They will not be there. And so once they are not there, La République du Cameroon will get you to fall victim, and which is why we're saying, for your own safety, do everything that you can. Buy as much drinks as you can. Plan everything. And on Sunday, there is church service. Normally, there is Christmas Eve service on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. That is okay for everybody to go to church to pray on Christmas and New Year's Eve. But the day proper, we ask you, please, not for any other thing, but for your own safety, because we know the dogs from La Republique du Cameroon, they will be coming, the beer parlors of licenses and every avenue to track down our fighters. And where they don't find the fighters, they will victimize anyone, just anyone, man or woman, for that matter. So that is why we have taken this decision today. But let us get to another subject here, ladies and gentlemen. Chairman Ajua, I'm sure you have watched the video of Paul Atanga Nji coming from the ground, telling people that finally no mercy is returning. We know they've been singing this song for a very, very long time, the song of no mercy. Now, Paul Atanga Nji comes out and says, the boys they send out, the army they send out, The Atanga Nji boys they sent out, not even the devil can accommodate them because they did much more than they were required to do, I guess. He is referring to incidents like the one in Mamfe, the one in Bali, the one in Pinyin or Santa, the one in Kumba, and all over the place. I'd like to get your take on this before I get to my talking point, my monologue for tonight. Let me get to VC Ajwa first, please.
Yes, thank you, Comrade Chris. Just one moment, please. Just one moment.
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Yes, Comrade Chris. There is what psychologists would call subliminal thought. You see, what goes on in Atanga Nji's mind, which he may try to cover it up, but that part of his mind will come out and will tell the truth. Whether it was in Gabu or Santa or in Boya or in Mamfe,
Lucifer's kingdom is a temple of evil.
They have planted this evil on our people and they try to cover it up. But the mind has a way of playing that trick where even what they want to cover up, they cannot cover it up because at some point they will spill the beans on themselves. That is what they do. He is already, like you said, he is already admitting what they have ordered their boys to do. So we already know that Atanga Nji boys exist, and whatever they are doing out there, we know that they are getting these orders from his department or from La République and their so-called B, and they go out there to. Their goal is to kill people. Their goal is to cause as much atrocities, commit war crimes as much as possible, and come back out and then deceive the people and deceive the world about their activities. But these things cannot be hidden. They may try to use all kinds of means to cover up what they do, but it's always open. Now, when he talks about Satan or hell not accepting them, they themselves they fall within that category of occultists and evildoers that even heaven has already rejected them, and maybe Lucifer himself, Satan himself in hell is even afraid to admit them, because when they go there they will take over from Satan anyway. So they are already telling us the kind of people that they are and the way they fall. That is all part of a mind game that they are playing, but essentially the mind game is on them. So at some point that mind begins to reveal itself, and then we know them from not from their words. In fact, even from their words we know them, and we also know them from their actions, from the kind of things that they do. So they can't deceive. The people cannot be deceived. The world cannot be deceived, because facts are facts. Truth is truth. It doesn't matter how they twist those. Thank you.
Thank you. Comrade Jackson, please.
Yes, so you see, there is always a way that these people, when they indulge themselves in lies telling, that they reveal the truth of about things that they've been doing behind the scene. Listening to Atanga Nji, it clearly now, I hope, since they are always running to human rights bodies, I hope the human rights bodies are listening to him, because he is, in his own words, Atanga Nji versus Atanga Nji, telling us that they have boys that have been put out there to create mayhem, which they've actually done so. Some of these things, when we were talking about them, some people thought it was some kind of deflection. We're deflecting. But as of today, you now see that he has acknowledged what those boys have been doing. And I'm not going to use this, I'm not going to use lunacy to cover our airwaves because we have more important things. But the role he has played in this revolution and in the crisis that has plagued us is very, very substantial. And he's one of those people that would eventually have to pay for this in one way or the other.
Absolutely. Let me get to Dr. Atanga Nji. Give us your take on the message from Paul Atanga Nji, please.
Paul Atanga Nji is very clear. That is to show the diabolic nature that he has been and his plans against this revolution. And one thing that I must say here to applaud Atanga Nji is that from day one, he declared himself as the enemy to the Ambazonian people. He has not defected. He is still on that very consistent on the highway to be one of those persons that will be considered for firing squad when Ambazonia is achieved. So whatever he is doing is something that is not strange to me. But my problem is at the level of Ambazonians who are being brainwashed on a daily basis. Games of these people. These are people who are so involved with blood in their hands. They wash themselves, they bath themselves in blood. And people still go and listen to them saying rubbish. Because I don't see what good can come from people like this when it comes to our struggle. So it is something that our people need to learn to understand who to select, who to listen to and who not to listen to. This guy is devilish. He's demonic. He's been doing a lot of atrocity, causing a lot of atrocities. Look at the Pinyin incident. He is the one who orchestrated it. Went and bought people and they did that. And many incidents that have occurred, ugly incidents that have occurred in Ambazonia, he has sponsored them. So it is high time for Ambazonians to start listening and putting their ears on the ground to understand who these people are and where these people are coming from. So he has made it very clear here. It is clear that he has been sponsoring boys who are fighting against our people, fighting against our revolution. Why? Because of his own personal interest. So it is high time for Ambazonians to understand that those of our people who are still feeding on the table of La Republic are people who are fighting for their stomach. They are fighting for their families, not fighting for the good of the common man or the good of Amazonia. I think we need to start reasoning. We need to start putting on our reasoning cap so that we can actually differentiate between these two groups of people. People who are for this revolution and people who are against the revolution. Our own brothers. So we need to do that.
And of course, that is the subject of my monologue, which is still to come. Before we get there, let me get back to Comrade Jackson out there. And let's talk about one more thing. The Mekuda celebration that was planned. I don't know when it was planned for, but Chairman Jackson, if you can throw some more light on the celebration, please.
Yes, information we gathered on the ground states that Mekuda, which is Metacultural and Development Association, which is an extension of the CPDM cabal in Meta Menemo, was doing everything to organize this event to show to the world that normalcy has returned to the area, and this event was scheduled to take place tomorrow in Acha, which is a neighborhood to a few kilometers from Bengui Center. So the people of Acha have not welcomed this event, even though it's being forced on them. But the symbolic reason why these people want to have this event is because they want to prove to the world and to the Bulu people, because you know some of them have been subjugated and reduced to second-class citizen and have been beaten to fear the Wondo people, to let them know that they are with them. That's why they're struggling in the event of a serious war, a crisis. People are dying. They want to carry Mekuda. And you ask the question, Mekuda is a development association. What are you going to develop? What are you going to develop at this point when they are still going to destroy it? If it's being destroyed by La Republic, we are aware of how many houses have been burnt, even right there in Achatugi, which is a junction of quarter village that links to Nji and Jikwa at the same time. But they want to come to this junction town and create the impression that there's no mercy. But of course, we saw as the video you are projecting on the screen right now that the boys on the grounds have said this will not happen. This will not happen. And now this is another caution that I've got to give to individuals over there, that life has no duplicate. It doesn't have any duplicate, because when this elite, this good for nothing elite, this elite that they are elite because that is a job. They are not elite because they want to help the masses. They are elite because they want job. And some of the men that are elite, they want to marry 3 wives. And that's what they've been doing, drive big cars, so that when they come to the village, everybody will be singing praises of them. And this elite are the people that have been licking the butts, excuse my French here, of the Bulu people. And the Bulu people have virtually submerged, beaten them into concession. And that's what they're doing to let them know in Yaoundé that all those Minister Acha, all those I don't even know their functions there, to make them know that they have brought no mercy to Mbengui. But it's not going to work, trust me. And if it does, my advice to everybody is that things like this happen. If you see these guys go out there to risk their lives, it means that they are ready to die for it. And you who go there, and if something happens to you tomorrow, nobody has control about it. You know, so don't sit behind and start blaming other people. Blame yourself to go and participate in an event that is not even going to create an impact in your life. Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank you, sir, thank you. And we send our kudos to the ARF in Momo, Mbengui in particular, for taking care of this occasion. Now, I am going to bring you my masterpiece of the day. But before I do that, I'd like to take a brief break out. And when I come back again, I am coming back with my talking point. Dealing with the enemies within. Dealing with the enemies within. Please keep on hitting the share button. I'll be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks for staying put there, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, I bring to you my talking point for the day, which has to do with what I call the enemies within. The enemies within, dealing with the enemies within. And I want to believe that this will be educative, inspirational, and informative also, because I think we are at that moment when every Ambazonian ought to realize that it is not the moment for distraction anymore. It is commitment. It is evident that we as Ambazonians are our own worst enemies. The very qualities that should bind us together in solidarity, mutual respect, and a shared vision for freedom have been overshadowed lately by factionalism, avowed loyalty to self-aggrandizers, and a disturbing inability to appreciate the efforts of one another. One of the most disheartening aspects of our current predicament is the pervasive culture of bitterness, anger, jealousy, self, and surrogacy that has permeated our movement. Instead of standing united in our quest for self-determination, we find ourselves divided along lines of allegiance to individuals passing for leaders, even when they have no demonstrable roadmap or vision. All they know and do is to pick on others who are actually trying to do something. This toxic environment has created a situation where good initiatives, regardless of their merit, are dismissed simply because they do not originate from one's favored channels. The recent diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C. serves as a poignant example here. Instead of celebrating this significant step forward, some choose to criticize it solely because it was not orchestrated by their preferred leader or faction. Let us be clear. A diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C. or any other strategic location is not only a commendable initiative, but an essential one for the advancement of our struggle. We expect every Ambazonian to support it. It is not about the interim government of Ambazonia. It is about the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Let us all rally around it. And by the way, the establishment of diplomatic missions is a time-honored practice undertaken by numerous groups in similar positions to ours. It is a tangible way to assert our presence on the global stage, build international alliances, and secure the support and recognition that Ambazonia so rightfully deserves. Rather than undermine such efforts, we should be rallying behind them and leveraging them to further our cause. For the record, there have been many previous instances where freedom groups or nationalist movements, such as ours, have established foreign diplomatic missions or representations while still pursuing their cause, just as we do. Here are some of the examples. I will bring you a number of them. Number one, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, the PLO. The PLO, representing the Palestinian nationalist cause, has established diplomatic missions in various countries, including Algeria, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Egypt, Tunisia, the United States, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Russia, and China. These missions played a significant role in garnering international support and recognition for the Palestinian cause. How about the ANC, African National Congress? The ANC, a prominent anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, established diplomatic missions in several countries to rally international support against the apartheid regime then in South Africa. These missions helped the ANC in its efforts to isolate the apartheid government and to secure aid for its cause. The ANC established representative offices and received support from Zambia, Tanzania, Sweden, the United Kingdom, the USA, and Nigeria. But if you say the ANC wasn't a country, how about Kurdistan, KRSG? They send, I mean, their movement has established representative offices in various countries to promote the interests of the Kurdish people and to seek international recognition for Kurdish autonomy. Those countries where they set up missions include the United States of America, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Russia. Many other countries have provided diplomatic support and engagement with the KRG. How about the Tibetan government in exile? Following the Tibetan uprising in 1959, the 14th Dalai Lama fled to India and established a government in exile in India. The Tibetan government in exile, also known as the Central Tibetan Administration, has set up representative offices, or call it diplomatic missions, in numerous countries since then to advocate for Tibetan autonomy and to raise awareness about the situation in Tibet. The Tibetan government in exile has also established representative offices and received support from various countries, including but not limited to India, the USA, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Australia, and Canada. How about the Cuban exiles? After the Cuban Revolution in 1959, Cuban exiles opposed to the new regime established diplomatic missions and representative offices in various countries to advocate for the overthrow of Fidel Castro's government and to garner international support for their cause. Cuban exiles opposed to Fidel Castro sought support from countries such as the United States, Spain, and Venezuela. Many other countries with significant Cuban exile communities too did same. How about Tamils? During the Sri Lankan Civil War, the Liberation Tigers of Tamil, Elam, sought support and established representative offices in India, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Norway, France, and many other countries with significant Tamil diaspora population. The Polisario Front, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Sahrawi independence movement, has established diplomatic missions and representative offices in various countries, including but not limited to Algeria, South Africa, Venezuela, Nigeria, and Cuba. Chechen separatist groups, as they call them, have also sought support and established representative offices in the Republic of Georgia, Poland, Turkey, the USA, and the United Kingdom. During the Nigerian Biafran War, 1967 to 1970, the Republic of Biafra established foreign diplomatic missions and representative offices to seek recognition and support for its independence from Nigeria. These missions were set up in Gabon, in Tanzania, Zambia, Ivory Coast, and in Haiti. East Turkestan independence movement, Uyghur nationalists, the nationalist groups advocating for independence or autonomy in the Xinjiang region of China, have sought to establish representative offices and diplomatic missions in various countries to raise awareness about the Ugo cause and to seek international support. They have missions or offices in Turkey, in the United States of America, in Germany, and in the United Kingdom. These examples illustrate how various nationalist and self-determination movements, ladies and gentlemen, have sought to engage with the international community by establishing diplomatic missions and representative offices in foreign countries to advance their causes. How about Eritrea? During Eritrea's struggle for independence from Ethiopia, the Eritrean independence movement established diplomatic missions and representative offices in various countries around the world, also to garner international support and recognition for their cause. Some of the countries where Eritrea set up diplomatic missions or offices in the diaspora during their struggle for independence include the United States of America. Eritrea established a diplomatic mission in the United States of America, particularly in Washington, D.C., to engage with the U.S. government and advocate for support for Eritrean independence. Eritrea also set up a diplomatic mission in the United Kingdom to engage with the British people and the British government and to seek international recognition and support for the Eritrean cause, their independence cause. Eritrea, ladies and gentlemen, also established a diplomatic presence in Germany to engage with the German government and to advocate for the recognition of Eritrea's struggle for independence. Again, that was in Germany. The Eritrean independence movement established a diplomatic mission also in Sweden to engage with the Swedish government and to mobilize support from the Swedish public. Eritrea also set up a diplomatic mission in Canada to engage with the Canadian government and to raise awareness about the Eritrean struggle for independence within the Canadian diaspora community. Lastly, Eritrea established a diplomatic presence in Italy to engage with the Italian government and to mobilize support from the Italian people. These diplomatic missions, ladies and gentlemen, and representative offices played a crucial role in raising awareness about the Eritrean struggle for independence actualization, mobilizing international support, and ultimately contributing to the recognition of Eritrea as an independent nation in 1993. These lists are not exhaustive, and these groups may have established representation in additional countries beyond those listed here. These are just a few examples of freedom or nationalist groups that have established foreign diplomatic missions in pursuit of their goals. Each of these groups sought to use these missions, these offices, to build international alliances, gain support, and advocate for their respective causes on the global stage. That's what we have done. It is high time for us as Ambazonians to shun those who seek to show discord and division within our ranks. The poisonous cocktail of ego, self-centeredness, and destructive infighting must be cast aside if we are to make meaningful progress towards our shared goal of independence. The individuals the individuals and the groups or factions who prioritize their own interests over the greater good of our people must be held to account for the damage they inflict upon our movement and, of course, they want to inflict upon our progress. We must recognize that no single leader or group holds a monopoly on the aspirations and destiny of Ambazonia. We are a diverse and resilient people, and our strength lies in unity. We urge all Ambazonians to rise above the petty squabbles and personal agendas that threaten to delay our struggle. Let us embrace a spirit of inclusivity, cooperation, and respect for each other's contributions. It is only through genuine collaboration and a commitment to the common cause that we will achieve our long-cherished dream of freedom and sovereignty for Ambazonia. To those who have dedicated their lives to the Ambazonian cause and who have tirelessly worked to advance our collective interests, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you all. It is incumbent upon us to recognize and to honor the valuable contributions made by all individuals and groups, irrespective of their affiliations. We cannot afford to let our differences overshadow the remarkable efforts being undertaken on multiple fronts to advance our cause. May we heed the call to rise above our internal divisions and to embrace a cohesive approach in our pursuit of Ambazonian independence. We realize that our enemies are not external. They reside within our ranks. It is time to cast aside the shackles of discord and embrace a future where our collective destiny is determined by our shared aspirations, not by the whims of visionless egomaniacs. The road ahead is still fraught with challenges, but our collective resilience will carry us through. We must be unwavering in our resolve to prioritize the interest of Ambazonia above all else. Every individual, every group, and every initiative that seeks to advance our cause should be valued and embraced for the greater good they offer. It is incumbent upon every one of us who wants to be recognized as a leader, as a shareholder, an influential figure, to set aside personal animosities and work towards a collaborative vision for Ambazonia. We call upon them to rise above the fray of group politics and instead focus on fostering an environment of cooperation, mutual respect, and inclusivity. The destiny of Ambazonia must not be overshadowed by individual ambitions or personal rivalries. Leaders hold a sacred responsibility to guide our movement with wisdom, humility, and a steadfast dedication to the well-being of our people. And to the broader Ambazonian community, especially on Ground Zero, we urge you to reject the corrosive forces of division and instead embrace a spirit of collaboration. Let us celebrate the diversity of thought and action within our movement, recognizing that it is this very diversity that enriches our cause and strengthens our resolve. We must reject the destructive narratives that seek to pit us against each other and instead rally around the shared vision of a free and sovereign Ambazonia. Every Ambazonian should reflect, please reflect, on the damaging effects of grandstanding and discord and commit to a future where respect and collaboration reign supreme. The path to Ambazonian independence will be paved with the collective efforts of all of us, undeterred by the obstacles that lie ahead. Let us therefore stand as beacons of hope and resilience, unwavering in our determination to secure a future of freedom, justice, and prosperity for Ambazonia. And that is my monologue, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put in there. I believe you listened to my monologue out there. In this monologue stems from our launch in Washington, D.C. past weekend, where we celebrated launching the setting of our diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C. We have seen, we saw something, we observed something in the social media, ladies and gentlemen, where instead of Ambazonians celebrating and thanking those who made it possible, they took to the social media trying to lambast and criticize, not critique, but criticize that that effort that we put out there. I have heard people say, oh no, you must be declared a country. You must be acknowledged to be a full country before you can before you can set up an embassy or diplomatic missions. I don't know why our educated people sometimes act as those who have never seen the four walls of a classroom. I have read about 10 examples, ladies and gentlemen, of struggling groups, movements, independent movements like us, who did exactly what we have done in their own time. I quoted the Biafran with diplomatic missions in Gabon, in the Ivory Coast, in Cuba, in Haiti, and all the rest. The case of Somaliland, I did not even mention that. I mentioned that of Eritrea. I mentioned that of Tibet. I mentioned so many of them, that you cannot sit out there and listen to the naysayers and think that they even have an iota of wisdom in what they say. All that they are doing, it is not as if they do not know these examples. No, they just try. They just try to sabotage, to desensitize people of what has happened here. I really wish that Ambazonians, you got to get smarter. You got to get smarter, and every time you get on the social media, listen to certain people, try to discern from what angle they are coming from. You know, we learn of the story of Tobiah and Sanballat in the Bible, Nehemiah chapter 4, where the children of Israel, they have set out to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, the walls of Jerusalem. In Tobiah and Sanballat were those critics who came out and saw the struggles of the children of Israel, and they were like, oh, what do they think they are doing? What do they think they are doing? They think that they can rebuild the wall. Look at what they are trying to do. It looks so ugly. It looks so bad. They cannot even do it. They cannot finish it. They are just wasting their time. They mock the people of Israel as they rebuild the temple. We have the Tobiases and the Sanballats in this struggle. I also call them the Pharisees, far to see, and the Sadducees, sad to see, because if something doesn't happen through their own channels, from their own channels, they are sad to see and they are far to see. That is a disease, a sickness that we need to expunge from this struggle. We need to expunge people like that from this struggle. I read a write-up yesterday from Mark Barita, and I was very, very impressed of the fairness of what he sent out there. And I thought, this is what honest Ambazonians should be doing, educating Ambazonians on the benefit of this diplomatic mission that we have set out in Washington, D.C. It is not about the interim government. I hear some people say they too are going to set up their own diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C. What a cacophony are they trying to do out there, ladies and gentlemen? I know that many of you are very worried that they went and changed their name from the interim government to the government of the Federal Republic of Amazonia. Let them give themselves any name they want. Remember, I told them to cease and desist from using the name Interim Government of Amazonia. And so they listened to the instructions, went and changed their name to the Government of Amazonia. However, so childish and void of common sense. How do you form a full government of Amazonia when you were here calling yourself the interim government for the past 6 years? For the past 6 years. And by the way, who forms a full government of Amazonia? Not any one individual in the diaspora. Not Chris Anu. Not Cho Ayaba. Not Samuel Sako. Not anybody. The people of Amazonia will form their own government. The moment has not come. Let me let you know this. What we are doing here, calling ourselves the interim government, is for the purpose of prosecuting this struggle. It is for the purpose of prosecuting this struggle, and it is meant for the diaspora and, of course, for the fighters on ground zero. Because without the assistance that come from here, they will not be able to do anything. But everything we do here, calling ourselves the interim government, it is a temporary setup. When independence comes, the people who live on ground zero will decide what form of government to form and what to call it, ladies and gentlemen. And so this cacophony that we see in the diaspora, people acting as a regime in Yaoundé when they are not even there, I don't understand. But that was what my monologue talking point was about. The moment has come that we shine our eyes and begin to expunge those we realize are just out to delay the success of this struggle. Let me bring back my panel here, the Honorable Chris Ajua and Comrade Jackson and Dr. Atianjo. Let me start with Dr. Atianjo and then I go to the rest. Dr. Atianjo, you were in Washington, D.C. You witnessed the launch of this diplomatic mission, and then you came out. You have read all that went on out there in the social media with this particular group, which I don't want to even give them the dignity of calling their names. You watch what they tried to do out there. Not just that particular group, other people from some other faction, which I also don't want to give them the dignity of mentioning. They said, oh, what is this embassy? Now, we have never said we created an embassy. Ladies and gentlemen, take note of that. I think you have never heard from my mouth that we created an embassy or we launched or established an embassy. We have used the word diplomatic mission. I think it was Thibault Nash who used the word embassy. But if Thibault Nash should use the word embassy, don't you think he understands better than you out there? I mean, having served in that domain of diplomacy, don't you think he understands better than you and I? So please, let us stop this emptiness. Dr. Atianjo, your take place.
Thank you, Comrade Chris. It is really sad and pathetic to have been part of a real deal. And then when I go out there, I see what people are writing, the garbage that people are writing. And this actually showed to me that how clueless some of our people we think know something are. I've been part of this arrangement. I've been part of this, the diplomatic mission office and opening of our office in DC from day one. And I can categorically tell Ambazonians that the diplomatic office was launched last Saturday. And there was an outflow of Ambazonians there to celebrate the office. First of all, we started by gathering at the premises and we made speeches. We walked to the office space, and there is the office that we have. And that is the Ambazonian flag, the American flag, in 600 Massachusetts Avenue in Washington, D.C. And there you see me in our space, and the ribbon was cut. And then you find some clowns who call themselves leaders go out there writing things that are really senseless. Sometimes I wonder where these people keep their brains when they are doing something in the public. And I saw a write-up where somebody who claims to be an important personnel or person in this revolution wrote that the office is not true, that the location of the office is not true, and went around snapping pictures of hotels in DC like Marriott Hotel, posted it in a refugee forum that no, it is not true. This is not happening. They just faked it. They are fraudsters who have decided to choose a location in DC. They went and rented a room in a Charlotte Hotel, and this is what they are showing. This is so shameful to come from you. I'm talking to those of you know yourselves. You call yourself government of the people of Ambazonia. You know how long you have deceived the Ambazonian people. And it is high time that Ambazonian people need to start thinking positively. They need to choose who is for them and who is against them. There lies somebody. There's somebody who has been leader of this Ambazonian struggle for 6 years and did nothing. Once a name was made when we registered with the Department of Justice, this guy ran and went and registered a name with the DC government, running after all. Why did you start doing it now? Why did you start doing it now? Is it not something that you should have done for the Ambazonian people? So opening an office in DC is very important. And you sat there feeding fat on contributions made for Ambazonian struggle. And then you come now, you want to open an office in DC. Now you come now sending false information out there to Ambazonians about the location of our office. The office is at 600 Massachusetts Avenue. I live in Washington, D.C. If anyone doubts it, come and we will meet the head of missions in D.C. and we'll go to that office. Why don't you visit it? It is an office for Ambazonian people. It is not an office for an individual. If one group achieves something, we all need to collectively celebrate it, not to sit and be sidetracking our people. How long are we going to keep on with this deception? Opening a foreign office or a foreign mission office is our own right as Ambazonian people fighting for the liberation of the people of Ambazonia. And this office comes with a lot of benefits, which in the course of this discussion, we are going to enumerate so that we educate Ambazonians to understand their rights. This is your office, Ambazonians. This is your office. Those of you who are in the diaspora, those of you who are somewhere else, if you need benefits, come to the office and ask your questions. There's a permanent representative in Washington, D.C. appointed, Mrs. Susan Achu. She is going to be the leader. She's going to be the director of the foreign office. So you will contact her, you meet her there, and then do all business with her. This office is out to help all Ambazonian people. Whether you are a GovC, you are AIG, you are government Ambazonian people, or you are any group or whatever you call yourself, come to the office and benefit from the great work that we've done. It is not fallacy. That is 600 Massachusetts Avenue. That is where the office is. I have more to say, comrade. I'll come later.
Absolutely. Let me get to the Honorable VC Chris Ajua, who was there in one of the presiding capacities. Comrade Ajua, when you came out, you read all the nonsense on the social media, especially coming from those you least expect to hear. What have been your thoughts?
Yes, thank you very much, Comrade Chris, for that initial monologue about this topic. I do agree with you that we have enemies within, but I want to assure you also that, and Ambazonians, that the enemies without or the external enemies are also not sleeping. We may not be aware about what some of them are doing, but it is very, they are very much alive out there in a destructive way anyway, against Ambazonia. I belong to a few groups out there, social groups, and as you know, there are always those that are, for La Republique. There are those that say are Ambazonians but will never agree with what we are doing, which is for the benefit of the people. We have people out there who on social media are attacking us and say, they call it the main argument about should it be called even be called an embassy? Should it be called a diplomatic mission? What is it? Any one of those stuff like that? So essentially, I look at it as the grapes for some people. The grapes are sour. That is how I would characterize it. For some people, the grapes are sour. They cannot achieve it, and therefore they have to downplay it, and if possible, even find a way to destroy it, which will not work. We are taking very, very important steps along the correct path. Beginning, as you already know and are aware, with our registration with the Justice Department. The district government is aware of us, who cannot be in a place like that without the district government knowing about it. So just one moment, please. So whatever the people are doing out there, they are not going to bear any fruit. They can attack us from all angles, form all kind of stuff, duplicate whatever we are doing, condemn, but we continue to do what we are doing. Ambazonians should know that this diplomatic mission is for all Ambazonians, even for those that are opposing us, opposing the good work that is being done. It is for them. It is our territory. It's a common territory for all Ambazonians. Whether you are in the United States legally in any form, you are a refugee, or you are an asylee, or you are just somebody that does not even fall within that category, and you're an Ambazonian and need some kind of help about certain issues, that diplomatic mission is for you. We will use it to promote the causes that are beneficial for Ambazonian in all sectors of society, including the international society, international communities. The international community, we will use it for that. So everybody is welcome. There is no reason for animosity. What we are doing is to build, not to destroy, and everybody should come on board. I look at this this major achievement as a stepping stone, as a not only a stepping stone, as a point of a springboard for bigger achievements in the future, and especially for eventually leading towards our total freedom, freeing our country from annexation, from assimilation, removing the enemy from our territory, and eventually actually achieving that main goal, which is our total independence and freedom, and ending up, of course, having a seat at the United Nations. Thank you. And United Nations and other international organizations. Thank you.
Thank you. Comrade Jackson, let me come to you for your thoughts, but before I get to you, I'd like you to take a look at this image here. What you see on your screen there, that is, you are watching there at the diplomatic mission. They actually call it Embassy of the Republic of Biafra, which was launched only a few weeks before we launched ours. I did not hear these naysayers and grumblers and egomaniacs out there saying, what is Biafra doing there? And rather, I saw excitement and inspiration. But we did exactly the same, and even in the better way. Our own people, I mean our own people, people that you think will be saying, wow, we have made a leap, let us join our hands and collaborate. No, you didn't hear that. They went after a bet. That is Biafra, ladies and gentlemen. That is the embassy, they call it, of Biafra I think it's in Baltimore or Washington, D.C. But Comrade Jackson, I have mentioned all these other countries that establish diplomatic missions to crusade for support, international support for their causes in different countries. I've mentioned more than 10 of them. Yet you listen to our own people. Is this really, do they really want us to believe it is ignorant? Comrade Jackson. We can hear you. Okay. We can hear you. You are muted.
So this I will say by saying that this is wickedness. Wickedness in all forms about wickedness that we can talk about. Yeah, because I don't understand why, if anybody who is truly for the revolution, for the betterness of Ambazonian, achieve something, that gives everybody the reason to celebrate. It doesn't care if it is who or this who, but if it is something that is along the road to take Ambazonian to its logical end, then we should celebrate it. But when you see people come out not to genuinely criticize, but to lie, to lie about something they have no knowledge or something they are incapable of doing, then it begs my mind. It flies in the face of logic to tell me that you are fighting for a free and independent Ambazonian. Because it doesn't matter where it comes from. If today Atanga Nji comes up and make it possible for Ambazonian to be free, we have reason to celebrate that, because the end justifies the means. We want independence. So I don't understand why some of these individuals with followers that have refused to learn. We have been in this revolution for over 7 years and counting today. This is the first time a giant step is being taken in this direction. And what I would expect some individuals to say is, why don't we do this before this time? Why did it take this long? But then I will expect other persons to say, all right, we missed this. It's happening now. Thank you, comrade. Let's move ahead. But I will tell everybody who has the ability to listen to us now that that diplomatic mission, it doesn't matter if you call it an embassy or call it diplomatic mission or whatever. These words can be used interchangeably in
Exactly.
diplomacy. In diplomacy. So let us not go about beating the bush trying to look at the semantics of these words. No, they can be used interchangeably. So now I want to say again, number two is that this building has a physical location, and it is 600 Massachusetts Avenue Northwest. And for people that don't know Washington D.C., if you miss Northwest, there is also 600 Washington D.C. Northeast. So that is how Washington D.C. is divided. So I'm trying to bring this so that every naysayer out there and every doubting Thomas can understand. You put this address, 600 Massachusetts Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C., you will see the glass building. And Secretary Chris, you have an audio, there's a video I sent to you that can show the street view and everything of that building. That is where it is. And for somebody I thought have gone to school, of course, there are so many people that did not go to school and they succeeded in life. But we think that if you are able to sit in the class and able to solve an algebra and to look at the periodic table and make sense of it, you have some level of, your IQ is at a certain level that is permissible to exist in a reasonable society. For you to go out there and be so gullible to say that this is Marriott Hotel, it only display your ignorance. It also display how low you can be to think that a facility that has a physical address to take it to mean a Marriott Hotel, which means maybe you don't even know what the Marriott Hotel looks like in Washington D.C. Or maybe you take a trip to Washington D.C. to know, because this is the stupidity of the whole thing. We are not going to worry about that, but the truth is that we have a physical building. This happened. It's a gorgeous place. It's very luxurious, and we have acquired the space, and this space is going to work. Look at that flag. It's flying there. And for those who are on ground one, let me give you some this education. You cannot go to Marriott Hotel or Hilton Hotel and hoist your flag on top and have access to the roof of the building. That where that flag is flying is the roof of the building. You cannot go to any hotel where you are a guest and have access to the roof to put your flag and bring this many people to the second floor and to the 10th floor just because you want to put a flag. It doesn't work. So I sometimes it beats my imagination what type of cigarette these guys are smoking, or maybe the medications they are taking is not actually working. Because if you have to put something out for a physical location and for things that are visible to the eye and are visible for researchers and make it look stupid, you are stupefying yourself. But the thing is, these people, they are running out of ideas. Secretary Chris or Comrade Chris, these guys are running out of ideas. Some of these things are meeting them like a devil that has been surprised by daylight in a Carrefour. The devil doesn't know where to go. That is what is happening to them. Daylight has just surprised them in the middle of Carrefour, and they are naked because they have not been doing anything. They are naked. They have not been doing anything all this while, and suddenly something is happening. Then now they're like, "Whoa, where do I go?" They're scrambling. They're grabbing on anything they can grab. But this is real. This is real, and if they didn't do it, and nobody did it for over 7 years today, and it's happening. Let's celebrate the moment, and we are going to do other big things. Other big things are going to happen, and the confusion among those who are already confused is just going to increase. Maybe it'll be time for the doctor to give them, to prescribe a new medication for their amnesia and other diagnoses that they might have. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know whom I spoke to yet. Was it Dr. Atienjo or Honorable Ajua? But let me get to Dr. Atienjo, if you can hear me.
Yes.
Again, if you listen to my monologue, I made mention of a number of countries that did exactly what we have done. We are working in this struggle and learning from history. And what we did in DC is exactly what other countries have done. What impetus, what advantage does setting this up give us? Wouldn't one say that it gives us the ability to pull greater leverage, just as these other countries that were able to set up diplomatic missions in different countries?
Yes, Comrade Chris, I just want to give an analogy, like a description of what this stands for the Amazonian people. And I would also like to say this in Pidgin too. When our diplomatic mission serves as a vehicle that is going to take us to places. It's going to help us navigate the political system of the United States and the Western world and other nations that matter in this revolution. Through our diplomatic mission, we can use that to get to the French if we want to talk to the French. Through our diplomatic mission, it gives us the leverage to talk, to navigate the political system of the United States, to meet the power that be, the Congress, the Senate, the lower house and the upper house, the Congress, the presidency of the United States, the State Department, and other important institutions that are resident here in the United States. Through the diplomatic mission, our voice, every Ambazonia, is going to be seen as somebody who is fighting, who has a reason, who has an objective that he or she is fighting for. Through our diplomatic mission, we are going to get our integrity is going to be appreciated. It will appreciate to a level where stakeholders are going to come to us and say, we see you doing this, we see you doing this. I think let us collaborate, let us work. We are going to have people who will walk to us and say, you know what, this revolution is recognized because of the fact that you have an office. So I don't know how to put it together, but this is the main thing that this office represents. So my mommy and my papa, them, my brothers and sisters, them, my small brothers, them, my small sister, them, I did tell when I say, this office, a day like how you dey enter motor for go places. This mission, it would take we, expose we, so that we fit use that opportunity for enter inside politics, inside United States. And when I know say United States, now the center of politics for this world. So when we get involved in the politics for this world, for this United States, through this office, now it will give we the opportunity for see where we fit bend, we fit benefit for our people. The small thing they will fit pick up where our people they will understand them. And now through this office where when we go for some place, we go knock some door, they will open up for we. Say we will enter because we are talking as the Amazonian people with an office in Washington D.C. Our resident diplomat there in DC, if he book an appointment to talk with the Russian ambassador, if he book appointment for talk with the French ambassador, if he book appointment for talk with the UK ambassador, the British ambassador, through this office, because it gives us that leverage to perform these activities. Then to go about way if he benefit with people them. In addition to our other recognition, now this one we will use them for actually
bring some small goodies the way they will help our people them. For instance, with this office, if we break into, if we get opportunity for get into the State Department, the Customs and the Immigration Department, for solicit, for use this platform, for talk our case for our people, because we get plenty, thousands of our brothers and sisters where they don't suffer, work for road, enter for this country. They define way for live, they define way for get papers. And now through this office way, we if we go now talk for this for our American government, talk say, yes, this fight where the people they cry where they cry, now legitimate cry. Una grant them papers, una grant them protection for being inside this country. Those are the benefits, a lot and lots and lots of benefits. Some of the benefits the day and no one talk me for here, because when I talk, some people they will take and go now, you begin to make Congo start to talk some kind of rubbish about it. Some very, very lucrative benefits the day and no one talk for here. That one a day inside house, and by the grace of God, we'll achieve them. We are going to achieve all those benefits. So that is what that office stands for our people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well articulated out there. Let me get back to the Honorable Ajua. We are going to open the phone lines right after this. And so if you are watching or listening to us and you would like to contribute, the phone line will be put on screen very soon for you to call in and make a contribution. But one thing that I stated in my talking point is the idea of people vilifying whatever good that comes out from one group or one movement that is not coming out from people, from certain channels. We have seen this. Christmas Ebony was the first person to launch out, mocking, attacking, vilifying, and others pick it up. But my suggestion to every Ambazonian is that the moment has come. I have said that not the majority are going to win this war, the minority. But I think the moment has come that every one of us remain vigilant and be ready to spit out those who think that they can delay us. They can delay us, they cannot stop us, but we can spit them out to let them know they are irrelevant. If at any moment, any group, any faction is doing something right in this struggle, trust me, I will be the first person to step out to support it. And I give you a good example. We oppose the Canadian something, and we refuse to go there. I'm referring to the Cameroon Ambazonia so-called pre-talks that went on in Canada. But when our guys came out from there with a deal to sit down and negotiate with Cameroon, we endorsed it. We thought it was a good idea. That is the way we should be operating. We oppose the Canadian conference that was organized by the CDN last October. We still stand opposed to it today. We have to be consistent in the thing that we do, in that when we see the right thing, we stand up for it, irrespective of who is championing that. We see the wrong thing, we also stand up in opposition to it. Honorable Ajua, tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, Comrade Chris, you have many of the points correct. There is never going to be a situation where everybody will agree. Even if it is 99%, 98%, you will have the 2 or the 1%ers that will say no, 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 no matter what. No matter what. So, like we were saying earlier, there are those groups out there that, as you know, their policy or their way of looking at things is, if it doesn't come from us, if it is not us that are spearheading the whatever is going to be achieved, if they are not the people spearheading it, then by all means they will oppose it. So it doesn't matter to them. It's what is need. It's not the goal or what is going to be achieved. It is essentially who is promoting it. As long as they are not the ones, they will challenge it, they will oppose it, they will do everything possible to bring it down. But there are some out there, when they see that something good has been done, they will at least chip in and give a positive comment, or a positive, make a positive look at it from a positive point of view. I'm saying so because I'm going to quote a name here, and that is Mark Barretta. Mark Barretta wrote a piece, what you would call a critique,
Yeah.
not in the negative point of view, but something positive from what he was saying. And I think that is what others should do. If something like this comes up, what they should instead do is approach the other side and say, hey, how can we make this better? Don't just start blazing guns around just because it's not from your side. And that is essentially what we are against, because what we are looking for is collaboration. We have been talking about unity, collaboration. We have our famous diplomat, Mr. Thibault Nash, who has been advising us about unity. And I think that is what Ambazonians are supposed to do, rather than challenging all the time. How is it going to help end the war? How is it going to help our refugees? What this kind of the negativity or the condemnation of everything that others do? How is it going to help our refugees? How is it going to help our internally displaced? How is it going to help those that are on the war front, placing their lives on the line? So we should think about this. We want to end this war to end quickly, and this is a diplomatic means, of course, is a way of getting the matter resolved. Even the final, when you say sitting at the table, finally sitting at the table, it's all diplomacy. No matter what you do, it will end up on the table, and that is part of the diplomacy. So this is a very, very important. Our people should think about it and have a change in mentality, a change in the way they look at things. If we do that, we'll achieve our goal faster, and that will get us to Boya much faster than when we are tearing each other apart. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. The phone line is open. If you're listening, watching from Ground Zero, you'd like to contribute, call the number there. But before you call the number, make sure that the volume of your television set is shut down before you call. Make sure that the volume of your TV is shut down before you call, so that there is no delay. And when you call, focus on your phone and not on your set from which you are listening. And you can call from anywhere too. The number is there on your screen. WhatsApp calls only. Let's get to the first caller here. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. This must be Mami.
Yeah, Mami Franca.
Wonderful.
I want to call early. I want to call early because I want to address my fellow Ambazonians from Ground Zero. First, I'd like to thank you guys. Your panelists is wonderful, all of you. Dr. Atanga, Chairman Jackson, Honorable Chris, thank you guys very much. I have one thing to say to Ambazonians, and I'll say it in Pidgin. My dear brothers and sisters, especially on Ground Zero, may I not believe this nonsense where Sako did make them so. The panelist doesn't want to call Sako's name, but I must call Sako's name. Sako is the devil. Sako is the contractor from La Republic. And I want to know. The day when would you go for inaugurate this big office, Sako there for basement for some site. It will do the same thing. May I ignore Sako. They say charity begins at home. May I look Sako say, if come off Sako, anything that happened for Tico? We get any fighters for Tico? No. We get any fighters for Fako? No. What is Sakodi do for Bui? What is Sakodi do from Bogotunja? Sakodi cause confusion, they push with fighters, may they kill each other. Sako na contractor from La Republic and the owner for sabotage. I know say the president no one called the name, the panelists no one called the name, but I had to call it the way it is. No one ignore anything. Sako na failure. Sako na failure. Sako be leader for how long? He been with president for how long? 5 years. All the money went my trip to Boya. Every single money take and go gamble with them. You don't see how we progress. In fact, may say something. The day when we inaugurate this building, the very next day, La Republic recalls on the diplomats because they allow we will go that far. So with the win, and with the win a big time. I want to tell my people say, Mona ignore Sako. Mona anytime you see presentation for ABS, and you go put ABC. We will take that ABC from that devil. Sako is nothing but a devil. And I want my Ambazonian, the vomity. He's not a leader. He's here in Mongwa. That stupid Mongwa where say get PhD, so but na fool. Shame the devil. Sako na devil amongst us. And no man, no shame for call the devil in name. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, man. I think you were waiting to spit out. All right, thank you for the call.
Yes.
Okay, the phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and call from wherever you may be. Go ahead and call from wherever that you may be. I really would love to hear from Ground Zero. If you're on Ground Zero, if your lights are not shut down, because I know each time I'm coming up live, a lot of people will shut down the lighting on Ground Zero, so they're not able to watch. But of course, they cannot beat us. We'll make sure that we run this again and again and again and again on Ground Zero on satellite, so that those who cannot watch live would still have to watch it later on. So the phone number is open. Chairman Jackson, if you are still there, I don't know whether you are, it appears like he is not there, but let me get to this caller. I think this is Ground Zero.
I'm here.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Yeah, calling from Ground Zero. Which place for Ground Zero, sir?
For my 16, Bolifamba.
Bolifamba. Okay, thank you for the call. Go ahead. What today inside your mind?
No, we appreciate your effort. With the time you say make na better feather that you don't really better red feather that you don't end up with a cap. We thank God. So we say go ahead, all Monday behind you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless. All right, go ahead and call. I see some people are trying to call, but they missed it. Go ahead and call. Okay. Dr. Atenjo, one thing I've realized is that Ground Zero, the misinformation that has been going on Ground Zero is finally picking it up and discerning it. Let me get this caller before I come to you. This is, hello. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Ground Zero, Meme.
Okay, good to hear from you in Meme, sir. What is on your mind?
My mind is that you people should protect General Lucifer.
Okay.
People should look for all possible means to protect General Lucifer. There are many, in short, there are many people behind. There are many people who want his land to be taken away. So please, you people should protect him, General Lucifer. You people should protect him. This is the only eye we have in the man.
Okay, we hear you. Don't be worried. We are talking to him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the call. All right. Let me read this comment. The phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo for the establishment of our embassy DC. Okay, let me get to the caller first. Hello.
Yes. Good evening, Comrade Chris.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Meme County.
From Meme County. Okay, sir. Thank you for the call. What today inside your mind?
I salute you and I salute all the comrades for what you do. Don't forget about Sako. Sako did you a ministry. What did they do in a ministry? Na ministry that they do because they reject the truth. God don't give a strong direction.
Even a ministry, not be correct ministry. Not be the kind ministry where me I know.
Yeah, but Judas is kind of big for Jesus' church now. So many people like Jesus is kind of big for Jesus' church. And the Bible, Jesus.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, go on.
So Judas is kind of big for Jesus. Jesus can be I choose 12 for number one of you is the devil. So many devils they did for Amazonia. And they did it. Not say they did it, say they do a good work. A good work in the sense that God don't ordain for people carry the truth go ahead. So now they think they go stop at the never see to but instead God expose them more and more. God expose them more and more. All that victory commando them. You see so that one of the ministry that they do because they're liars. Because I always talk say 95% of some pastors are liars because they don't stand for the truth. So now so then so I pray say may God give you power and the rest of the comrades for carry everything go ahead. They will see more. And when they see more the truth, they see more light when they happen from Amazonia. The only that truth and that truth and more light the same they will collapse for. They will collapse because they don't favor step their foot for ground zero. So I pray say may God protect you and give you more power. Remember that way Nehemiah to go for build the wall of Jerusalem. We get Tobias, we get Sambala, we get Gishon. That way they be build the wall. They say, oh, that wall is so Fox not even work out for it. Fox not even climb for that wall, work out for that wall. Now so they talk now for what did it happen now. So thank you, now plenty. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you, sir. Remain safe out there. All right, the phone line is open. Go ahead. I see many people are trying to call, but the line was busy. Go ahead and call, please. Sir, somebody says, good evening, comrade. Electricity was just retrieved right now in Meme, and it will be hard to get calls tonight because many are asleep. Okay. All right, let's get live. Hello. Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Okay, whenever you send me a message, please always check your phone.
From Mezam. Okay, all right. Great to hear from you, sir. Where did they go on for day?
I thank you very much, very much. We for granted, we already know the group Sako and you come they do. We know the lies they want to talk. I be shameful for man like Bad John Funso, the grandfather like that one. He should not talk live for front of TV. Say you be the television repeller. When the television repeller be a very great man. John Funny be a bookseller, but every day.
Well, they don't talk so many things, right? They say I be take their money 130 or 135,000. They say I be been I don't been traitor and all that one. But you know the whole water. I don't know how long they will keep saying it when they know say you know the whole water. All right, go on, sir.
But we waiting for Ground Zero here. When they will put a public, we'll stop them public and
all right, thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me get to the other callers here. Thanks for the call.
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay, again, I see so many people trying to call. The phone line is open now. You can call. All right. Hello, sir. We are. This must be a La Republic agent here. I don't need to read what he writes. But again, the phone line is open. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Which county?
Yeah, precisely in Bamenda.
Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
Yes, there are some things that you really said that I really want to emphasize on something that I heard that really struck me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, now that's to build a question to you. So I don't know if you are ready for answers.
Yes, go on. I'm listening.
Okay, number one, now that Sako has changed the name of his own group, what is in your mind?
Well, remember I asked them to change the name, right?
And he has done so. So what is in your mind?
Well, he has changed the name. What do you want me to do?
Okay, number two, can you people collaborate now?
We will decide that in the days ahead.
Okay. Number three, I think collaboration is necessary for you people now rather than criticizing, because I listened to your monologue very well.
Okay.
It was like you want to criticize him a little bit, and he also is against you. So those criticizing one another is not really good. So I think collaboration is what is good for you people rather than criticizing. Because we are on the ground here, we know what you people are doing. We understand it.
Well, there is a difference between criticizing and blackmail and sabotage, which is what they have done. They know how to do. I have been told again and again and again, and I'm sure you must have observed that on Ground Zero. Every time ABC is on, it is Chris, I know, Chris, I know, Chris, I know, Chris, I know. How many times I come to you guys almost on a weekly basis? How many times do you hear me come and sit here saying, Sako, Sako, Sako? Do you hear that from me or from anybody on this channel?
Now, I haven't really heard that from you oftenly, but there is something I want to say.
Yes.
You have done something that a hand of plus. We give that to you for what you have done, a hand of plus. He has done something that we give also a hand of plus. So we see that by the grace of God, all of you people are working. But your problem is
you raise, hold on there. You raise a good point there. Have you asked yourself? Where was this guy for 5 years, going to 6 years, that he was in charge? We gave him all the money. He did not. Where was he for all these years that he thinks that he can duplicate what others are trying to do? Have you asked yourself that question? Where is all the money? Where was he for 6 years?
Okay, we understand that for these 6 years, you were there with him.
Correct.
Yes, you were there working with him.
Correct.
So if there's an error that has been done, you also need to say something about it, but not to criticize him.
No. Hold on there. You see,
their mistakes.
All right. I like your call because this is a good exchange. Yes, I was there. If I left and sat beside and were just watching him do this or criticizing him, that will be that will not be constructive. But I saw I was there, I observed what was going on, I raised concerns and asked for it to be addressed. They were not addressed. I realized that we were losing our support base because people were not seeing what was happening with the money, that they were that they were putting into the struggle. I raised the alarm and I walked out of it when I said reforms should be made, changes should be made. They were not made. So you cannot lump all of us together. I wish you were in there to know for how long I led that that movement to see that there was change. Remember they said that, oh, I wanted to say it to La Republique, right? When I raised those concerns, they said I was compromised. So please, comrade, sometimes it is good to present an objective reasoning.
Well, some people never believe in that, but what I think is, you have your strength, you also have your weakness. He also have his strength, he also have his weakness. So where you are strong, I am not strong, you are strong in that area, I should give you a hand of applause. Where he is strong, you are not strong, I should also give him a hand of applause, rather than I should criticize him or to criticize you.
Wait. Don't you think that it is but fair to criticize him for the fact that for 6 years he couldn't register the interim government, comrade? I mean, a mere registration. He waits until somebody does it and he jumps over, print some cardboard papers, print some logo on the cardboard paper and put in front of him. He's celebrating a cardboard paper printed as if he's taken over Ambazonia. Whatever the case, thank you. Please let me run and take others who are calling. Thank you for the call. Go ahead and call, please. I wanted to pick your call, but I think you dropped right away. The phone line is open. Go ahead and call. I think this is Molua. Go ahead and call back, please. Okay. All right. Hello.
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 Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Yes, sir. Where on Ground Zero? Meme, okay. Without lighting, Meme, right? So tell me, what is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I want to expose that man where he just come up for call now, so.
You know ye?
Yes, not the people then this way, they make them way church don't spoil today. Because when they see evil, they know the one call is the evil out. People where they call the evil out, they instead call that people where they call those people where they do evil, say they criticize.
Right.
Yes. So this set of people, where this man will just call this set of people, now very bad set of people. Now they spoiled church, and now they spoiled the struggle.
No, don't worry. I could discern from his angle of questioning that he's a Sako sympathizer. Though he is trying to present himself as a fair and balanced caller. But go on, please.
Yes, everything that Sako is doing, they are criticizing you. You are not criticizing Sako. You are exposing Sako from their evil, the evil deed that they are doing in this struggle. People are dying. And they are there imputing evil among Ambazonia, calling your name every day. But all your deeds, all what you have been doing, people are seeing the positive side of you. And every day God is blessing you, and the world is seeing what you are doing. Ambazonia is seeing what you are doing. Like the public is seeing what you are doing. The world, everybody, even little children, they are seeing what Mr. Chris Anu is doing. So what is this thing? I don't love those type of people.
All right.
I'm angry to touch people.
All right, it's okay. You have a great night, sir. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, the phone line remains open. The phone line remains open. Go ahead and call. Okay. All right, 241 and the number ending. Okay, I think you can come through now. Hello.
Yeah, Commander Chris.
Good evening, sir. I think this is this is Gabon number. Am I correct? Okay.
You know the number very well. You know the number very well.
I know the area. I know the country code. I know the country code. Go on, sir. What is on your mind?
Okay, I just wanted to interrupt what that man, that the second, the first person that called.
The last but one caller, yes.
Yeah, that man, I don't know what to say. May God take control upon his life. when it comes on again, I'm sure it will be attack.
Okay.
Let him just keep his number. Let him just keep his number very far away from this problem. Because Sako cannot be 4, 5 years, 6 years, going to 6 years, and be waiting the day that Cristiano will go and establish, and then will come behind, not even in front. That you are the one following Sako, but you are the one in front. Then he comes behind, and then the idiot come and stand and begin to make noise. Let him be very careful, people. Let him not provoke.
I hope he is hearing you.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's hearing. He's even watching.
All right.
Control upon his life.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pisano. May God guide you, protect you, give you long life till this war finish.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a great day, a great night. Hello. I think I lost that. Did I lose the last caller? I think I lost that caller. Go ahead and call, please. The line is open. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm getting you one-on-one.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling again from ground zero, especially the northern zone.
Did you say you are calling again?
Yes, again.
Oh, you are the one who is being criticized by other callers.
Yes, I just want to clear the air, please. I don't support,
okay.
I don't support some wrongs. I love to be sincere on some things, on some issues that I see. I don't support wrongs.
Okay.
Neither am I for Sako, or neither am I for you. I'm just for something right. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. I hope you are exactly what you say you are, and others are hearing you. Thank you for calling back. Let me read some of these messages here. Good evening, Comrade Chris. You were the engine of the Sako IG. Let me get to this caller before I read that. Hello.
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 Yeah, commenting. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you raise your volume a little bit so we can barely hear you?
Yeah, I'm outside. I'm outside the house.
All right, we're hearing you now. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to encourage you people. I'm very happy. I'm so happy. You see, I talk for PG, me my people for ground zero year.
Sure.
Yes, I don't need talk. We don't always make debate concerning Sako, because I don't see Sako. He even did them ever since I started tell people that say Sako did so, ever take me nowhere. People they know the year. Now they get for know who be who get for lead we, man we get for can finish we for this struggle. We really know say now you get for take we finish this struggle.
Now so when I be talking, I says na Sako tomorrow when I will talk another man no with me. You see, I like simplicity. I like we will just talk, say, we will just pray to God, say, whoever God go use, whoever God go give the grace and the wisdom and the tenacity for free us, let it be. I don't like that one that they heap praises, say our God sent our like how did they praise Paul be, all right?
Yes. Yes, no, it be okay, but when
people then they got the send them direct for sure them how they get for lead. Yes, how they get for lead people them. Not be the kind of way where Sako the lead people them because Sako don't over divide people them. Sako don't that means that the highest person where don't divide people.
It will not. It will not last long. It will not last long. I am all my only appeal to every Ambazonian wherever you dare. Let's say we need your financial support. I don't lament a lot. I don't lament a lot to people. I say I wish the money where we be get them for 2008 and 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I wish we have that money today. That is all we need now. That is all that we need now. You put that money in my hands. I bet you we will rapidly sweep the carpet under the feet of the Republic du Cameroon. But go on, sir.
Thank you, Secretary. We know God will show way as we know God don't already direct with the right path. God will show way make sometimes financial. He will see come again. So I want me people that for ground zero, me they really understand how they struggle they go. Me they know the right person for follow the right people the way they get the right information. Me they not be for inside that. Me they not work at debate themselves and this man and this man. Now the reason that way at the core for me and me what people they understand who they lead and pick the right people the way that they lead.
All right, thank you.
Outside where they don't know the real people the way they did for the struggle.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. All right, the phone line remains open. Good evening, Comrade Chris. You were the engine of the Sako IG, so you are refusing to carry them, makes them to fall. For that reason, they hate you, but take more courage. We are behind you strongly. God bless. Thank you, sir. That is from Ground Zero. Okay. Another person writes from Ground Zero. This man is saying Sako did his own, and you are doing your own, and so you shouldn't criticize him. Has Sako ever done something even up to now? All right, that's a question. Again, somebody writing there from Ground Zero. Somebody has been trying to call you. Go ahead, the phone line is open. Please go ahead and call. The phone line is open. The phone line is open. Go ahead and call. While I wait for your calls, let me get back to my panel. Let me get to Comrade, all of you there. Dr. Atanga, what do you make of these callers?
Well, these callers, I'm really edified from what I'm hearing from them. I can see that there's some excitement. There's a lot of excitement on the ground. And what we were thinking, the impression that we had is wrong. We thought that maybe our own people on the ground are still gullible or susceptible to all this confusion that is set around by some these impostors who call themselves leaders. But so I can actually see that most of our people on the ground are beginning to start seeing the right direction for our struggle, and that is what they have expressed in their calls. So it is. I'm very happy to see this happening because, I mean, when you see people call from the ground, like the gentleman who said, "I'm outside." What is the time now? It's about 11 p.m. in Ambazonia and Ground Zero. Was able to get out of their house to make a call. That shows the dedication and commitment that our people on the ground have. And for that, we cannot underestimate them for what they are putting. So I just want to appreciate them, encourage them, and say that they should continue to educate the people on the ground to know who is real for this revolution. We don't want imposters. When you see somebody celebrating an emblem, a stamp that is created on a piece of paper, know that wisdom has left the person. When you see somebody changing names and arrogating some big names to himself, know that wisdom has left that person. That is what I see, and our people on the ground have begun reasoning, and they have begun seeing, selecting the chaff, separating the chaff from the main seeds. Thank you. You are muted. You are muted.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, is that my turn?
Yes, sir. Go on. Where are you calling from?
Yes, yeah, this is Interim calling from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, this is the chairman himself. Go on, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm driving and I don't know how well my system is going to be. But when we talk about a number of leaders or the leaders that we have had leading Ambazonia to Boya in the past, and one particular thing that's very disheartening to me is the desire of some of these people for honorifics that are so much beyond His Royal Highness, Excellency President, Dr. This and that and that and that and that, Commander-in-Chief and all that. And this is quite a good description of what's happening. I listened to my broadcast English, and I'll tell you that many people feel like that, even though some of us may not be able to mobilize it as she did. There's something that somebody told me. Saying in the Meta area, you go to fetch water in Calabash first, it breaks, you go upstream and muddy the waters. That is what Sako is doing. He was there, he had all the money, he didn't do what he did. Now that there's somebody in there with much fewer resources and is doing his best to take on the right direction, that goes stuff from the bushes and is croaking like a frog. So I would say more grace to your Airbus. I will not finish without addressing the people of the Meta area, especially the French now. It is a particular disgrace what is happening in Jindom. It's a particular disgrace what's happening in Jindom area.
Jindom area, okay.
Says, I'm going to speak a little bit of Meta here. I'm a Namuchem guy. I really regret what is happening. I hope there will be peace. But they have been noted to be very interested in what La Republic calls their peace, playing their games, playing football cups here and there, and not paying attention to the strife of the country. The effort that all the other parts of the country are making to take us to our freedom. I'm speaking especially about Jindom. Please beware. Be careful what you do. Because tomorrow will tell. I don't understand how you will bring the enemy and show where our comrade is, our fighter is, and for the enemy to pick up that person. What do you get from it? That is your neighbor. That is showing bad blood. And please, if people all over the place, if I doesn't know, they could have to La Republique. Post up. And there's nothing, and there's nobody to that is not arguable. La Republique is Mekuda, and Mekuda is La Republique. And I tell them again, beware. You don't want to go in that area. Not bloodshed. If you don't want to be at the forefront of the fight, be in the middle. That's the side of it. And instead opposing it.
All right.
Be careful to them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello.
Yes. Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Have you called before?
Yes, I want to address my Jindom people in the dialect, please.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from the northern zone.
Okay, go ahead. I like you to address them in the language I can understand, sir. Can you address them in English first before you address them in the dialect?
Okay, yes, I just want to speak to the Jindom people. I'm the son of the soil. what they are doing there in Jindom is a very shameful issue, because we cannot imagine that at this time at this point of time, they are doing such disgraceful things there, organizing football match and so on and so forth. And our colonial people, they are there clapping hands and saying that there is normalcy, of which things are not normal, of which all of us will understand the situation we are inside now. So it's a shameful thing for the Njindom people doing all those which they are doing is a shameful thing for them. So that's just what I want to say it in the dialect.
All right, sure. Briefly, please, so we can get back to the phones.
So, manera yamna Njindom.
No one here. Say that is them me kuda. No one here. If he said all we never home with empty hands. No, so now we can go me that people now. Amba, therefore here. I will cooperate. Why not talk? No go back. Now here we.
All right.
Okay, I'm through. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are almost rounding this up. But let me get back to the Honorable Chris Ajua to give us his thoughts on these calls. Honorable Ajua, it's your turn, please.
Yes, thank you, Comrade Chris. We will definitely get different views on issues like this. People on the wherever we are in the world, whether we are on ground zero, ground one, in the diaspora, it is good to educate our people correctly about what is happening. We can make mistakes. If we make mistakes, we correct them, we admit our mistakes, and through the corrections, we improve. So we are not living in what you would call even amongst Ambazonians, we are not sort of like a homogenic society. People have their views, and I commend you for handling different views in a very nice and polite way. Some anchors will simply turn them off, shut them down, but that will not improve our condition or our situation. So giving everybody the freedom to speak is part of our constitution, which goes also with freedom of speech and freedom of expression. So we listen to everybody, we listen to all points of view, and we build a consensus from, the different ideas. So no idea should be thrown away, even if we do not like the idea.
Absolutely.
Because even from those that we think that they are not with us, we can learn something from them. Just by having a discourse, just by discussing these topics, we can learn a lot, and that definitely will help us to go a long way in achieving our goals.
All right, Honorable, just hang on there. Let me get to this caller quickly, and I will get back to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, can you turn down the volume of your set in the background and focus on the phone, please?
Yeah.
All right, go on. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from ground one.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
What I would like to add, or I'll be following you for long. I will first of all start by saying I thank you for all that you've been doing since the beginning of this struggle. You have done a lot. I followed the struggle from 2016 to where we are today.
I will urge you and plead on you again that please, Mr. Chris Arno, you should forget about who you are, but your personality in this struggle has done a lot. To illustrate that, I will say Sako is who he is today because of you. You made him who he is. If not of you, nobody would have known who is Sako in the struggle. You promoted him, you made him he is. But what I would like you to do for us, some of us who are not following leaders blindly, some of us who don't see the struggle as that which one person would take us to. It is a collective something. I would like you to concentrate your effort to bring all those who were not in front, that are parading themselves today as who they are, strong as they are. I know if there is somebody that can bring all of them together, it's you. It's you, not because I want to give praises, no. It's you because what I'm seeing and what I know, or from what I've been seeing from long, your voice matters. Even those who say, Cristiano has done this, Cristiano, your voice always matter when it comes to the affairs of our nation. So I want you to tell this voice that people always listen, even those who are detractors, to come to tilt it towards positive things by bringing each and every one to a point where all of us will accept. If you can do that for us, then I think your mission is completed. Your mission to me.
I cannot do that. I can only try. They say you take a horse to the river. You cannot force it to drink, right?
That is it. My problem is if you drag them to that river, I believe that is the mission you have in this struggle. Because as far as communication is concerned, none of them has done what Chris Arno, and none of them is doing what Chris Arno can do. That is a quality that has been given to you by God. And everybody is seeing it. So another quality I see you have is that when you say something, when you come out to say, people, they may criticize, they may fuck up, but at least everybody wants to hear or wants to say something to what Chris Arno has said or what he has done. So please, that is my concern this evening, and that is why I decided to call you. I've been looking forward to do that, but time constraint. So
right.
Thank you, and that is the situation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. You remain safe out there.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that would be the last call for the night. I want to appreciate my panel for joining me tonight. Are they still there? Well, okay, let me quickly get this caller before we go. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, Comrade Chris.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from United Arab Emirates.
Okay, and what is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, what I just want to tell you is that you don't need to worry yourself about too much of criticism that is coming from the side of Sako. What is happening now is just that they are regretting. I hope you understand. It's too much of regretting because, like the other callers have said it, you were one of the backbone of the leadership of Sako when he was in power. But because Sako was a critic, somebody who always focused on the side of money is passing, he was always struggling to protect the money. He never he never think about the importance of you in the interim government. But this is where he has found himself now. So know that as you are taking step by step, whatever you are doing, he will always be looking at your step and struggling to criticize so that he can keep himself relevant, so that money can still be coming to his own side so that he can help pay his house rates. That is the purpose of Sako.
Criticizing will not keep him relevant if I think action, direction, vision, roadmap will make anyone relevant.
The issue is that He cannot do more than what he knows. He has finished all his
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, when you
so
go out
now,
trying to
at this
duplicate,
junction now,
when you
his
go out
focus
trying to
now is to
duplicate
see
what
how he
others
can
are
keep
trying
himself
to do
relevant
out
and
of
capture
vision,
some few people so that I can keep on giving money to pay his husband. That is all what Sako can do now. There's nothing he can do.
all right. Thank you, sir, for the call.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. Let me see. This is hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, na Mami Kumba.
Oh, Mami Kumba, you never sleep?
No, we will not be get light. So light come around 10. I wake up, say I must still whether something there for screen.
And then you meet up me for screen.
Yeah, I don't see you. I want to tell you, say, make you no fear anything. Sako na chief man. Me, I don't tell you, say, Sako na chief man. I don't tell you, Sako na chief man. So, he did work for La Republic.
All right. I think your network get issue. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. That is a bad network there. All right. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get back to my panel for a round of 50 seconds each, and it appears like only the Honorable Chris is left here. So let me get back to you, sir, for a last word.
Yes. Thank you, Comrade Chris. We have covered lots of topics, and my final word to Ambazonians is have a very open mind. You will know when something is right deep within your core, deep within your own spirit, your own soul. Do not allow distractors to sway you in the wrong direction. We have not reached our destination yet, but we will. Definitely, we will reach our destination. Let's stay the course. Let's encourage each other. Let's take advice, good advice from whatever Ambazonians is willing to contribute, whether it's ideas in the form of material, in the form of finance, in the form of advice, in any form. As long as an Ambazonian is building towards our liberation, we should listen to them. If we do that, we have a better chance. And as we all know, beginning since this past weekend, it's already a week since we opened our diplomatic mission. We will continue to use that diplomatic mission for the benefit of all Ambazonians. And regardless of what the naysayers are saying, we will continue until we achieve our goal, of course, which is the noble cause of reaching Boya. Thank you all very much. And
thank you, sir.
Have a very nice
sir. It was great to
weekend.
have you tonight. You have a blessed evening there in Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go,
thank you.
Just like to remind you, that the Ambazonia ID cards are being issued right now. Ambazonia ID cards, they are being issued right now, and all that you need to do is to log on to the website www.ambazoniaid.com, ambazoniaid.com to fill the form, submit your passport size photograph, and pay your $50 due, and your ID card will be printed and forwarded to you to your location. So that is what is going on now. Quite a handful of people have already signed up, and the office is working on them. And some people have said, I mean, the Sako people said, oh, you open an asylum office, and he is calling it an embassy or diplomatic mission. What is wrong if we should open an asylum office for Ambazonians? What is wrong about making money? Ladies and gentlemen, you know I don't mince words here. What is wrong about that? What is wrong about that? But whatever the case, that is not the case. We have set up that office to do exactly like the other examples that I quoted, the other countries, nationalists that I quoted, they did to help their struggle internationally. We will do just that. We have appointed an experienced diplomat. We call her a diplomat to sit in that office to work for Ambazonia. But besides diplomacy, she will be helping Ambazonians who need documentation, ID cards included, attestations included. So please, we are not ashamed of it, and we are not going to say, oh no, that is not true, that's not true. Of course, we are not going to pander to visionless people who have very little to offer, and I'll leave it there. So please, the ID website is ready. Go there, log in, and put in your information, upload your ID card. Now, your ID card is very critical. They are not accepting anything that your face isn't clear on it. So if you are taking a passport size photograph with your phone, make sure you hold your camera this way. Make sure you hold your camera this way and take a nice shot of yourself from here with both of your ears visible on the shot. Both of your ears visible on the shot, and you should be standing in front of a wide background, anything wide, whether a wall or piece of cloth. That's where you should be standing, because we want a standardized ID card. We don't just put anything there for a photograph. Both of your ears should be seen, and you should hold your camera like this. Don't mind, you take a full image of yourself. It can be cropped in the system, but make sure that your ears, both of your ears, are visible in the photograph. So please log on to the website, ambazoniaid.com, follow the instructions, and apply for your ID card. Before I go, I just want to remind you out there, especially if you are from Libya, that these people are still locked up in Nji. These people are still locked up in Nji, and we don't know what is happening to the BLM elite. The BLM elite. These people are still, as the title suggests, they are actually dying, because we learned that some of them were injected with whatever. Nobody knows what was put in that injection. I don't know how you pick up people. You arrest people for whatever crime, and then you inject them. These people are now dying in the hospital, and we do not see the BLM elite saying anything. Where is Paul Tasson? Where are the chiefs? Where are the colonial officials who say normalcy should return, and then when normalcy wants to return, they pick them up and they inject them with whatever, and now they are dying in the hospitals? Where are the BLM regime elite? Well, we will stay on this story until they are released. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for tuning in to be part of the broadcast tonight. I look forward to coming to you here next week. I think that will be next week with the very special end of year address to Ambazonia. We are going to be making some very, very deep changes here at the interim government. We are opening up the interim government, bringing in people who want to belong and work for Ambazonia. And so I will be setting the pace for that, that change in my address coming up in 2 weeks towards the new year. Until then, I probably will be back within the week, next week maybe, or weekend, with open mic. Open mic. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank all of you on YouTube for tuning in. I saw that we had more people on YouTube than on Facebook. Thank you very much for tuning in, and God bless you all. Good night and God bless.